concept of Ikigai is not what you think it is. Hello, welcome to this week's Wild Spirits News. My name is Sibylle. I help women between 40 and 60 to make the second half of their lives an absolute adventure. And if any of this sounds interesting, then check out my website, wildspiritscoaching.com. Today's topic is the true meaning of Ikigai, and I'm sorry if I'm completely mispronouncing that, but I'm talking about this concept that if you're on social media at all, you will have seen a meme, a variation of a meme that looks something like what I'm showing now on the screen. It's also known as the center of the diamond for obvious reasons. But if you look at these explanations, they sound a lot like they come from our world. They sound very modern and not at all like ancient Japanese philosophy. And somehow that made me wonder whether this is really what Ikigai originally meant. And so I did some digging. And what I found was absolutely astonishing and worth exploring. And your mission today is to do just that. The background to this is, what does it actually mean? Apparently, the Japanese word doesn't describe any of those concepts mentioned in that graph that I just showed. And it definitely doesn't describe the center of anything. Forget what you can get paid for. That's what some motivational speaker must have come up with. I'm not saying that these concepts are bad. I'm just saying they are not what the word originally meant. And what the word originally meant is more like what makes your life worth living, or your reason for being. Your task is find your reason for being. Does this sound familiar? It may if you've been following my work. Because the reason for being, the reason for anything is found by asking why. And my own definition of life purpose is the why behind everything that you do. So in the truest sense, my coaching program, The Magic of Purpose, is really Ikigai teachings. But I would never call it that because, come on, I'm not Japanese. I'd feel weird commandeering this wonderful ancient philosophy from a completely different part of the world that I am from. It would feel disrespectful. So I'm not doing it. But I have got to admit that it tickles me that the definitions are so close. Don't take it from me then. It's really worth it to find your reason for being, your purpose. Once you have found your purpose, something profound shifts in your life. Your purpose begins to kind of seep into every area of your life. It begins to inform your decisions. It begins to shift your priorities. And it leads to a level of happiness and of centeredness in yourself that is quite unmatched, and I have never found anything else that creates the same level of centering in yourself than finding and aligning your life with your purpose. It enchants your entire life, work, passions, family, and everything with a golden glow. I call it a life you love waking up to every morning. The question is, when will you start creating yours? And that's already it for today. I would love to know what you think of this concept. So leave me a comment or reply to the email that you got the link to the video with. And if you're interested in this, by all means get in touch. And you can do that through my website, wildspiritscoaching.com, where you'll find all the information. I wish you a beautiful week, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.